Off the back.
You hear this morning?
Hey, Mr. Look here.
It was the background music this morning.
And the thing is, me, I try. Me need to go listen back to the
You hear this morning?
Lord Jesus, man. Hey, Mr. Look here.
It was the background music this morning.
And the thing is, me, I try. Me need to go listen back to Well, me need to mute. Me need to mute YouTube. Hold on. Don't say nothing more.
It was the background music this morning.
You hear that? Because we on. Hold on. Me need to mute. YouTube. Hold on. Don't say nothing more. It was the background music this morning. You hear that? Because we on. All right. How do I mute this now? Why am I not seeing the mute button here? So, oh, good. All right. Awesome. Can you hear me speak? Let me see if I'm hearing you.
Yes.
All right. Why every time you decide to come on, I'm cool as cucumber, and then all of a sudden I'm just bursting out in sweat.
Yes.
Lord
The
help
heat is on the heat, or it may be menopause.
Lord Jesus. All right. So welcome everybody to another Uniquely Me. It's a good while now I have not gone live. And so what excellent time to go live with my friend, Latoya Smith, and she is not just any ordinary woman, she's extraordinary school administrator. And so listen, this evening we are going to be talking everything parenting, back to school, coping, and dropping a few tips. We just want this to be maybe a quick 15 minutes or so, because I mean, Latoya, I thought I was coping. I think I'm the master of we call it now multitasking, but I think I've come to accept the fact that there is no such thing as multitasking. Would you agree that there is no such thing?
No, I don't agree. I think there is such a thing as multitasking. It's just that we have to understand that we set plans and we set out things that we're going to do, and we say, all right, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3. But then we have things happening around us in and outside of our space that interrupts that. So it's not that you can't multitask, it's just that you have uncontrollable variables that come into play, like the kids and the dogs.
Listen,
so they just come right and throw themselves in the middle of everything, and it's like, like my dog right now in the background doing all of that background vocal.
That is so true. Yesterday, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I was in the middle of a meeting. Because of course I'm working from home. I'm in the middle of a meeting, like literally in a meeting, and I'm speaking, and my daughter, who is having class sitting across from me, is mommy, office spell is mommy, and listen, I thought I was going to, and I'm trying, because she's in class, but she need help. And I know I need to try and help her, but there's no way I can help her at that point in time, because I am speaking in the meeting per se. And it's not one of those ordinary meetings that you can say, hold on a minute, let me just answer my daughter. No such thing could happen. And I can just imagine that a number of parents are going through this. I've been seeing a number of persons coming on to say, on normal TV, to say they are having that problem. They've closed the door and they say, listen, I'm in a meeting, do not disturb. And yet the children are in there knocking. How do we cope? And that's what we want to be dropping some tips as it relates to, how do we cope with between single parenting, parenting of every kind. Here in COVID, here in lockdown, in some places there is lockdown, there is quarantine, picnic have school. Some children are younger than some just starting school. How do we balance from an administrator standpoint? What would you say to us parents who are trying to balance all of this?
Oh, well, I would say, all right, so the first thing that you're going to start off is planning how it is that you're going to approach stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then what we must also bear in mind is that even though we plan, there will be instances where that plan goes awry. But you start with the planning. You have the general conversation with persons to say, all right, this is the plan. This is what will happen at this time. Let us try as best as possible to work with it and see how it goes. So I'm working from home today. My son is having school, the other one has school as well. So I say, all right, you're going to use this space, I'm going to use this space, and you're using that space, right? Within this time, I have meetings. So this is what's going to happen whilst my meetings are going on. Whilst you having class, I may not be able to help you, but reach out to your brother, or when I get a break, I'll come and see what I can do. And yes, remember you're planning, but then the plan can go awry. But start by planning something, and then you work around it. And one of the things that, as you mentioned about the meeting, Simone, I'm thinking these other persons that are in these meetings, don't they have similar things happening? So if it's the case where you have that interruption, the persons must understand or empathize to say that this is what is happening around you in the space. And so it shouldn't be looked at to say that it's something that you as a professional have done something that is unprofessional. But it's just that in the situation that you're in now, we all have to just juggle everything and work it as best as possible.
Yes, it's funny you went there, Latoya, because I have been thinking about it, but then I said to myself, it kind of seemed unprofessional, because you're in a corporate company, you're in a corporate meeting, you're in meetings with people from all, not just local, but you're in meetings with persons, high-level people in different countries. And so I'm just thinking that it just looked unprofessional, for break, for say, give me 1 minute, let me answer my child. I mean, no, I'm just thinking, is it the right thing to do? But then, so let me give you an example. Yesterday, again, as in another meeting, and I had a pot on the fire. I forgot to turn off the fire. So I'm in the meeting and I'm smelling the thing burning. And I said, Jesus, oh my God, left the meeting now, forgot to turn it off. There is no way I can ask to leave this meeting. And then in this one, this was just me and another person. But of course, it was a high level meeting. And I don't want to, I felt like if I should say, give me a minute to go turn off the pot, it would sound unprofessional. And stuff. So me just sit down there in the meeting and smell the pot of burn and I said, Jesus, burn. It's a burnt offering.
So let me answer the question. So would you have to say that you're going to turn off the pot? Could you just say, just give me 10 seconds, I have an emergency?
That's probably a better idea. Next time I'll use it. But because I was there thinking, what am I going to do? How am I going to escape to go turn off the pot and come back? Luckily, Samuel came down the stairs same time and he was rushing to go back to a class. And I said, all I could do is come so. But it is really a struggle trying to balance. Now, the next thing I am struggling with, Latoya, is all the different things that needs to be done. We need to get up out of my bed before time for prepare breakfast because the children's school time and my work time starts the same time. Excuse me. So I have that to deal with. Then break comes up at about 10. Then lunch comes up at about 11:30. And there's not a break, but then by the time school finished, they need something to eat. And again, that's all on me. How do you, or what tips would you give to parents to say, hey, this is how you deal with this? I remember now because, excuse me, because you're trying to do all of these things throughout the day, it means you're working longer hours. So me tired. May I tell you the truth? May I be very frank? Me tired, Latoya. And I'm saying to myself, boy, me have this extra hour because I'm not driving to work. Me have this extra time, can just relax in my bed. But me can't relax because one, me hear the school outline say children must not be eating in class and that kind of thing. So it means that the children must eat something. And then I have a little girl here who is going to ask you, where is our breakfast? So how do we balance that part of it? And you try, and then at the same time, I think so me hungry too. And how do I get myself something and get them something and be at work for me to, how do we manage? No, honestly, me not tell a lie. I'm wondering to myself if that's why me even cut off my hair. Seriously. We start to feel
You're not balancing, so you cut off your hair. Interesting. One less thing to do. And I don't believe it is easier to manage like that.
Oh, God.
So I don't have all the answers, but I can just share like some of what I would do. Or so for one, and you mentioned some important things this morning in our session, because for one, you find easy things that they can get to on their own instead of having everything being done by you. One of the things I do, for example, I know with my younger son, as we would ensure that all his school stuff are in a particular area, his uniform is wherever, so he knows that when he gets up, he knows what he's to do in terms of preparing for that. Whilst he's doing that, if I'm not available, my other son will say to him, all right, what is it that you're having for breakfast? And they sort out that aspect of it, right? And I don't know if it is good to say, but I'll say my family love overnight food. So as long as enough of that is there, that is breakfast. They don't mind. So they just re-eat and go. Yeah. And then now for lunch, it may be like the cereal or the hot dog or whatever. So you try and let those little things be there that they can just grab and fix and go. So it doesn't leave a lot on you. One of the things I would say in terms of me, can I tell you, most times it's like 2:00 or later, I realize I don't eat breakfast or lunch.
Oh, Lord.
When I'm working from home, because I start and I'm just going straight through. Right? So it is at that point I say, but hold on, I don't eat yet. But in terms of them, they have worked out their things, so they know exactly what it is that they are doing. So that makes it a little bit easier. So as you say, you get the snacks, you get the food that they can prepare on their own that will not cost for too much on you to do. And use that. Yeah.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in and watching, we're talking about coping, parenting and coping with back to school and COVID and working from home and homeschooling and everything that goes with it. You being the helper, you being the housewife, all while working and the whole works and finding the balance. And so I have with me Administrator Latoya Smith, School Administrator Latoya Smith joining me. And of course, guys, I thought I was managing, but I don't think I'm managing. So I'm leaning on her to help me with this part of it. No, Latoya,
I don't even know if that's a good thing to say you're leaning on me because I don't think I'm managing everything. The only thing I know is that I don't panic easily. That's the first thing. I don't panic easily. And when I see that, when I even feel like I'm getting overwhelmed, I just take a break and say, all right, it's now time for me to step back a little and just relax myself and then go back into it.
Oh, Lord. So here's the next part. Today I said to myself, I probably need to do a video of a day in my life. So let me give you an example of this morning. So this morning, as you know, we were supposed to be on CVM. And guys, we were both on CVM this morning talking about the same thing. So you can go check out CVM and see, or, we dropped some nuggets over there. But Latoya, we were supposed to be on at 6:25. I got a call when I answered the phone, and she said, I said, what time? She says 6:23. And we're supposed to be on at 6:25. I just wake up. Luckily, she said we will be on for 6:30. So that gave me enough time to just wash face, brush teeth, put on lipstick, earring, and come set up the computer, right? That was number one. After we finished that meeting, I kid you not, it was literally, this was exactly my thing. it was move from here, put on breakfast. While breakfast I go on, me sign on for work. While I did that, I put some clothes in the machine. While I'm doing that, what else was I doing? I was washing up some plate. Then I run back to a meeting. Then I come back and check on something for my daughter. And like literally, I found myself literally doing it was a constant thing. I trying to pin out clothes. I put on some peas in a pressure pot for cook dinner today. And I said to myself, what is happening? It was maybe 4 o'clock this evening. I realized, oh, I'm still in my 90.
All right.
And this was after multiple trips outside. But let me tell you something. By 4 o'clock, both children had gotten breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dinner was already finished. I had washed 4 lines of clothes, wash and dry. And the dinner was stew peas. So it was pressure meat, do all kind of something, wash up back plate, clean up kitchen. I had 2 or 3 meetings today. So
when you say you're not managing, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. You've got all of that done and you're not managing. So what do you do when you're managing? The only difference would be in terms of your day and mine was that interspersing everything that you just said. I did all of those and I went on the road.
Okay, now.
Yeah, I went on the road for about 20 minutes, went by the plaza, and then I came back in. Yeah, but you managed all of that, so you did well.
So I think, is it a mindset? Is it that we now need to have a mindset to say, hey, I got to do this. And since there's nobody else to do it, might as well I just get involved and get it done. And that kind of thing. I didn't even remember to say that. That's the next thing. So when I rushed upstairs one at a time for the bathroom, I realized that, okay, the bed is not made. So let me make the bed. And so this is how I find myself operating every day, that things are getting, there is really no structure to stuff, apart from the fact that, okay, I know that the first thing is that I need to ensure that the children are ready for school and that I'm on work, I sign on for work at the time that I need to sign on for work. And if there are any meetings and preparing for those meetings, those are done. But everything else is kind of just thrown in the mix and that kind of thing. Yeah. And then come tomorrow now, I know the washing don't finish. So I have to continue the washing tomorrow. I need to try and clean while I'm working at the same time. And it's Friday, I need to eat out as well. So I forgot on the road too.
You are managing and you're putting some self-care in it, in going to eat out on the road. That is a way of taking yourself away from all of it and just find some time for you and just do you.
Yeah.
It is important. Yeah, it's important.
They talk about mental health, and that's being thrown around a lot now, with between children not managing, parents not managing, nobody not manage, the mental stress. Talk to us about the mental stress. How do we manage that mental stress? Because honestly, even though, listening to myself now, I realize, yeah, I'm managing, but sometimes I feel like my head can't take anymore. It's just a lot happening. And constantly planning for the next thing. And for me in particular, I have uniquely me and I have other things and I have filming and I, all the different things. But how do we deal with the mental strain so that we really don't burn out? And here's the next thing. It's easy to say that, well, COVID are gone, everything at a standstill. So I don't need to move. I don't need to do anything. But that's farthest from the truth, What do you have to say on this?
The mental health part will come in there. And so, as I said before, you have to have some self-awareness. So you understand your emotional, I'm trying to find the word, your emotional level, let me use that for now, that you're at any given point. And then based on that, you will be able to know what you need to do. So as I said before, if I'm feeling like overwhelmed or anything like that, I know, all right, I need to take a break. I need to step back, gather myself. And then when I think that I'm ready, then I go again. Another thing, outside of that, even though you are going, there must be a time when you're going to say, all right, this is it. I'm done for today. This is where I stop. And then you go and focus on yourself, family, whatever, but you need that break in it at some given point Find something to do, relax. If you need to go and walk, you go and walk. If you need to go and lay down on the outside, you go and do that. If you need to read, if you need to go watch something, listen to some music, or just go and relax your mind. Then you take a break and go and do that.
Right? I'm happy you did that. You said that. And I don't mean to interject. I see 2 persons here on YouTube. Beverly says, yes, thank you for joining me. I cut my hair off. Bev, I want to know if you're stressed. And she says that she's also multitasking in terms of doing her own degree. Terry says it's hard because she has to be watching her son like a hawk and working at the same time. It's tough. Something that last week happened to me. I was while working, I just started having this massive headache. And here is what, and my husband was saying to me that he's stressed. I mean, I said, but how if it's stress? I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm not stressed. But here what happened, Latoya. When I pulled myself away, because the pain kept getting, like the more I sat in front of the computer working, the worse the headache got. I moved away from the computer, got myself something to drink, turned the fan on me. And I said, listen, just put the TV on. I think I put it on cartoons. Would you believe me if I tell you that the headache literally subsided? And I said, I was really stressed for real. But how, I mean, is there such a thing as good as good stress or stress as stress? I don't know. Is it? And so it's just a matter of managing it, because, and for me, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. You know, I enjoy work. I don't find, I don't have anybody, you know, hovering over me. I just know that I have these deliverables. And so I need to meet the deadlines and stuff. But it's a lot of mental work, a lot of mental strain and that kind of thing. But is there such a thing as good stress?
Well, I don't know if there's such a thing as good stress. We're going to have to do some more research on that. Yeah. But then even though you're doing the work and you're feeling great at doing it, it's still, as you said, it calls for some level of mental work. And so all of that, the pressure is going to be there as well. And you have to deal with that. Right?
Yeah. So the paid help. The paid help, because I have paid help, but of course, she's sick. But for those persons who, there are a number of persons I'm sure would be saying, this is not a time where I want anybody to be coming in because your helper, your sitter have to travel via taxi. You don't know if you don't know where they have been and that kind of thing. Should we still look at engaging or paid help, or if you have to take the children out to the daycare and that kind of thing, should we still be engaging in stuff like those in this time? And we're talking about the fact that COVID is on the rise here in Jamaica. They have found the new strains and that kind of thing, and everybody freed. You know, should we still be engaging in all of those things that would help to relieve the stress off us?
Well, it is a personal decision that you have to make. I know with the onset of COVID, I would have stopped with my paid help. And so, yeah, when we just started having it last year, that I stopped there when we had the lockdown. So after the lockdown, I had nobody coming in. Yeah, and I just said the decision, you know what? It will be done at some point. There's no rush. I take it a day at a time. What I can do, I do. When I don't feel like doing anything, I don't do anything. My husband will tell you, he tells me all the time. What him say? Dirt only kill you if it fall on you. I'm happy that he says that. So it means that I do what I can do when I can do it. Yes. So I will take the approach. Something needs to be done. If I decide that I'm going to clean and I can't do all of it one time, I take it one room at a time. Boy, and I will go through. Yeah.
I need to take a page from your book, because I think that is part of my problem, Latoya. I'm trying to do everything one time. I think that, and I don't know if it's because of our work culture, that you must clean every week. You must wash out all of the clothes every week. You must wash the bathroom. You must do this. You must do that. And so I think I'm still in that mode where I'm trying to do everything. Believe me, I've been going at it. Last week, I think I did well. I washed out everything. clean the bathroom, clean the house, everything got done. But then at the end of it, was I tired? Look at me, mash up. As a hotness.
You can't go like that and do that every week.
Yeah.
You can't do that every week. So you have to take a decision as to what it is that you're going to do and at what time. And I can tell you, maybe it's old age, because I used to go at it like that too, but me just decided, you know what? It don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense, and it's not healthy. And so my approach nowadays, if I get up and I feel like there are days when I will get up and I say, all right, this is spring cleaning day.
Oh, Lord.
And I just run wild. You understand? So I will do everything. And as you say, at the end of the day, you pop down. But then there are other days when I just say, all right, I'm just going to take it one day, one room. And that's it. Yeah? And go through. So it depends on how you are feeling and what you think you can manage at that time. So if you don't think you can manage everything, don't force and do everything. There are days when you will want to go at it and you do everything that do that. But again, the self-awareness has to come in. What can I do today? What can't I handle today? And you make those decisions and you move forward. It is hard for everybody. Remember, this is a new dispensation for everybody. Nobody would have, I don't think we have anybody outside that would have been in the Spanish flu that's around now and can say, this is what I did. And so, right, it's a new thing for everybody. And so as we go along, we will learn, and some of the times it's going to be hit and miss.
Yeah.
So we just have to try and navigate the entire experience as best as we can.
That's so true. Well, as we wrap up, Latoya, I want to talk a little about relaxation, because after all of the business, after all of trying to get everything done, how do we relax? You know, what are some things that you do? So like I'll tell you. So let me give you a joke of something that I did on the weekend. I almost mad myself. So I changed the linen on the bed. I cleaned out the room and stuff. And then I got some lavender essential oil and I sprinkled it all over into the room. My girl is some allergy that killed me. Apparently, I put too much, and then I put peppermint on peppermint on the mats, and then I'd use Fabulosa to mop out the room, and then of course the lavender on the bed. Listen to me.
Then.
I have a headache, but I was trying to create an atmosphere of relaxation.
No, sir. No, when you go hard, you go hard. Well, if you like me, no, I know my allergy in terms of the sense, so I can't fool around any of those things. So you're not going to find me touching any of that, because once my allergies start on me, it's a different thing. So in terms of relaxation, I do me. I'll do my hair. I will Netflix. I'll do my toes. Yeah, because nowadays, me can't bother with the whole thing, figure out your dress and fair, spend how much hours and whatever with the whole COVID thing and everything. So I do everything for myself. So I do my toes. So I say, all right, this is my day. And I'll decide what it is that I'm doing today. So if I'm going to do my foot, so I go and do foot, everything. I go on and do my hair, sort out my hair and everything. When I finish that, get a nice little spirits. And I'll go and just chill. Yeah, if it's browsing the net, going on Netflix to watch something or something. Like the other day, I watched all of Money Heist.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, with one of my sons.
That's a lot of self-care, girl.
Yeah. So we just sat and we watched the entire, I can't believe it's done already. I have to go wait till December again. So we watched the entire series of Money Heist. Then another time with the other son, now we went and we watched another show. And yeah, find time and just relax with the family or by yourself. Yeah, so you have to do it or call like on Monday now. So on Monday was my son's, the younger one's birthday.
Yeah.
So he was quite upset because according to him, them locked down the country and he can't go anywhere for his birthday and he's totally distressed. So we just had a party. 4 of us at home, my sister's abroad. and my mom, we have party. We just set up the video WhatsApp call, and we had a party, and we with dirt bones, and we do Jerusalem and
Okay, now.
everything on the video call. Yeah,
Sure.
and we had a blast. Yeah, so you
Yeah.
spend time, just relax and enjoy yourself despite what is happening. One of the things that I think what is causing us, for some of us, in terms of the mental illness, is that we become overwhelmed with everything that is happening. We each internalize everything, and so we become overwhelmed with it, and it's just about the whole doom and gloom and the fear, and we just have all of that in our headspace. We can't internalize everything. Yeah, we have to take it in bits how we can manage it, and we have to understand as well that some things are outside of our control. We can't do nothing about it. Yeah, you just have to learn to live with it and find ways of making yourself comfortable and happy despite everything that is happening.
You're so right. You're so right, my darling. I see some persons, Marjorie said, great conversation. We women need to learn how to relax and take care of ourselves. And I say, Markham, oh, I love your show. Thank you. Well, Latoya, thank you so much for just popping in with me. I think I feel a little less stressed now. When I'm through, I need to go upstairs now and get myself a nice bath from head to toe. I don't think I'm gonna put in a more essential oil through. But I'm definitely going to be Netflixing it out. But, for those who are listening, I definitely would love to know, how have you been finding time to relax and do your own self-care and that kind of thing. I have found sometimes just go outside, Latoya, just to just go outside and have an understand. As a matter of fact, I found myself falling back in love with what the game name again? The popular game that had taken over the world at some point in time.
Candy Crush?
Candy Crush. Yeah. I found myself getting back involved in that because the truth too is that I think as a lot of, like the children, I've not been taking breaks from the screen. So I'm always on between Netflix and YouTube. Granted, I'm always looking to learn new stuff, but I said, no, I need to find something else to do. Another thing that I have been looking at doing is how to do crafts. So your namesake Latoya Brown from church, she came over the other day and we got some stuff and we're making some earrings. So this is one of the earrings that we made, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. So her brother crochet and I learned how to put this on, and then I learned how to take some of my old earrings and using matter of fact, we use a little nail clip, and bend the stuff and put things together and made earrings. So I'm learning how to do that because I wanted to find other things to occupy my time. Yeah, man. So that, because again, we've been going down into so many lockdowns, and I don't want to begin to tell myself that, I need to be outside. I need to be outside, because if we keep thinking we need to be outside when we can't be outside, we're gonna stress ourselves out. So it would be good if we can find things on the inside to do. I want to engage my son now for us to go paint between the house and paint outside. God help me on that one.
That sounds like a big project. I don't know if Sammy will be willing to take it on.
Well, Simoya is indicating to me that she's willing to take that on. I see Mark Camp here again saying that what she does is tune into church on Zoom and go walking in the park. That's also pretty good. Between church for real, or Bible study prayer meetings, those have been good. We've been having other programs too that has really been occupying our times. Marjorie says she's trying to get back to reading. Too much YouTube and Prime. So I'm happy. Latoya, this is proving that we are normal, because persons from all over the world are going through the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's a new norm per se. And I don't know if things are going to get better anytime soon, for want of a better word. So I think for the most part, we just need to adjust ourselves to the new norm. Life still goes on. really and truly. So if we begin to shift our minds and tell ourselves like, listen, I got to get this done, I got to survive, I have to live this out, and just find other things to do. I'm now finding out that there are so many things, and sometimes I even try not to look still. So there's so many things in this house that need to be done today. You know what I think? Hear me to myself today. One day I can ask my husband if we can retile the floor.
Yeah, you're alone to on that.
Look here, you know, say him not have none of that. No. But that is just me thinking, and nothing wrong with the floor, no, but that's just me thinking, you know, how we can find things to occupy ourselves in our home so that we still stay busy, we still stay active and that kind of thing. Well, that's it from me. Thank you again, Latoya, so much.
You are welcome.
You know, like me, you have a busy schedule as well. But you know, we always take time out to live. So girl, we have a day. We need to go out.
Have to. Yeah.
Yeah. So those on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to end it here. Of course, I hope you found some treasures in the tips that we outlined, you know, how to self-care, how to what you call it now, not just self-care, but how to cope as a parent. And with having to work from home. Yes, Caroline, you're really late for true. She said, what's the topic? We were looking at the whole matter of working from home, children back to school now, COVID is happening. How do you cope? So we're outlining some tips, you know, as it relates to how you can manage with all of what's happening. So when I end, you'll be able to go and rewatch and that kind of thing. Guys, let me know, please put in the comments how you've been coping and if there's anything that we didn't cover, if you could, you know, share some of what you've been doing so we can help each other out. All right. So until next time, please, guys, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, liking, sharing, commenting. And of course, you know, Saturday evening, we have another exciting episode coming up. That one is going to blow your mind, guys. It's Sayana McLeish. Her story is she was molested by her brother, and her mom refused to believe, and so many other things took place. But that's just to pique your interest, so you can go and watch that one. So until next time, take care, Latoya. See you later. Bye.